Good morning, afternoon, guys. Give me a second here. Hello.
Hey,
Good afternoon, Spoony.
hey, what's up?
How you doing? How's it going, my man?
Uh, good. It's we're getting into that holiday season, and Netflix is getting flooded with romantic comedies.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, did you hear the news with Netflix?
Oh, I did hear the news about Netflix.
It's pretty exciting stuff. If you guys aren't aware, they're going to be buying Warner Discovery.
And something I'm going to throw out there is kind of going to go into a little bit of our topic today. There's that conspiracy running around now that you know me. I'm a massive professional wrestling fan.
hmm
So now there's talk of saying, is All Elite Wrestling going to go under because Netflix, they're partnered with World Wrestling Entertainment, and I'm like, it's a conspiracy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nothing's
It's
gonna
got its
happen.
own draw.
It's it.
It's like when ECW was its own thing, right? You had like WWF,
Yeah.
WCW, and then ECW. It was its own thing. It didn't have the
Yeah.
money, it didn't have the roster like the other two did, but it made a name for itself.
Exactly. And All Elite Wrestling is doing so well for themselves. They even just booked a new, I think, how many years deal with TNT and TBS for
Nice.
like $200 million, I think, for like multi years. So wrestling is fine. Wrestling is gonna be fine. I don't like to hear those conspiracies about WWE is gonna put the final nail in the coffin of AEW. If I think that's gonna eventually, I think it'll be the other way around because I think people are starting to get
They
tired
need
and
each
fatigued.
other. I remember back in the day thinking like, "Oh, WWE is going to put WCW out of business." I mean, they kind of did,
Kind of did, yeah.
but it's like, no, they need the competition.
Yes, yeah. WCW though, the only reason why is because of their own stupidity.
Yeah.
They tried too hard to go head on to put WWF out of business, that it worked against them. And ECW, Paul Heyman wasn't paying his wrestlers,
Yeah.
so everybody was leaving the promotion front, right, left, and center. You know what I mean? So those two promotions were a special case where it was their own doing. I mean, Vince McMahon has always been a power-hungry, greedy asshole, kind of like somebody else that's running the United States right now. But AEW is going to be fine. Ring of Honor is going to be fine.
Yeah.
All the way across the world, New Japan Pro Wrestling is going to be fine. Like you just said, professional wrestling thrives when there's healthy competition. Because if you don't want to watch WWE, to be quite honest with you, I find it's the most boring trash. I stopped watching it in 2021. It's just boring bubblegum trash. If you're looking for something else, you can get that from AEW, from Ring of Honor, from New Japan, Game Changer Wrestling. All these indie promotions offer that. So, like you said, it's healthy to have that competition. So, I'm sick and tired of hearing the conspiracies about WWE putting AEW out of business because of the whole Netflix thing. But there was that other theory going around too about the Snyderverse, which I'm like, this is the dumbest thing concocted, man.
Well, the whole thing with this Netflix deal, they said it's what, like $82 billion? This is
Yeah,
the biggest financial transaction in human history.
it is. Yeah.
And by the time everything's done with court costs and everything, it's probably going to be closer to 90 billion.
So, like you said, it's very exciting, but
Well, that means Okay, first of all, I think this is a better idea than when Amazon bought MGM.
yeah,
Warner has so much more properties under their belt.
it's true.
So you get their film division, their TV division, their animated division. You gain access to their Warner Music division.
Yeah.
You gain access to all their publishing stuff, which does include DC Comics.
Mhm.
Um, it's perfect for Netflix. They can start pumping out merchandise right away.
Yeah, and the question is,
But-
are they going to keep Max, or are they just going to absolve that? And, for example, Welcome to Derry, will that go to Netflix? You know what I mean? If they do continue that show on, for example?
I think it depends on the deals they made. In Canada, there's been a long time deal between Warner and it's on Crave now.
Yeah.
In Canada, we have a streaming channel called Crave, and they're the North American distributor for all the Warner stuff, so all the HBO stuff. So until that contract expires, we're kind of stuck with having to go to Crave for that. But as soon as it expires, I mean, whether it's on Netflix or whether HBO Max, they have their own distribution platform. They don't need to. Like, that deal was made back, I remember back in the 90s watching Sopranos on the movie network.
Oh, yeah. But
Anyways, this...
Is he Warner Brothers, or is this New Line?
Well, New Line's owned by Warner.
Oh, okay, so there you go. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess...
Okay.
Anyways, this kind of ties into today's theme a little bit, because we're seeing the consolidation of power. There's like 4 companies that rule the world because they just buy everything else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know it's more. I know it's like 6 or 7, but it's just further consolidating power under one umbrella. Boycotts almost mean nothing now, because in one way or another, your money is ending up with these people.
Oh yeah. I mean, and the crazy thing, there's a lot of people that throw out the term that's just a crazy conspiracy, and you're like, no, it's not a conspiracy. This is unfolding right in front of our eyes. I want to use 2 examples, right? When it comes to entertainment, have you heard of the Legend of the White Dragon?
That sounds kind of familiar, but it's not coming to mind right now.
Okay. So Legend of the White Dragon was basically the last movie that Jason David Frank worked on.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's why it's familiar.
And it's being done by that god fucking awful Bat in the Sun YouTube thing there that do the superpower beatdowns.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit. It's just a glorified, hey, I want to cosplay and fight. That's really what that is. And Jason David Frank unfortunately put all his eggs in the one basket with the guy who runs Bat in the Sun, Aaron Shanky. I call him Aaron Scamkey, anyways. And Legend of the White Dragon was announced in 2019. This is way before Jason David Frank passed away. And I'm getting to the conspiracy part of it, where it's not a conspiracy. Where I'm getting to the why I'm saying this. Now we're here in 2025. The movie has yet to be released. Jason David Frank has been dead for what? 3 years now?
I think like 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah. Aaron Shanky, the guy who wrote and directed the movie, who always inserts himself in all of his projects. He was the basically the main character apart from JDF. People are saying that, you're milking this. You're never going to release this because you want to milk this as much as you can. And he's not letting any of the backers from Kickstarter have anything for the movie.
Oh.
Yeah. And people are like, you're just milking this. And there's script leaks online, and all roads point out, I don't even want to see this. This is a movie that's like, to what it seems like, it's a Tubi quality movie at this point. Not even. Okay? There are some good Tubi movies, but this is one of those Tubi movies, apparently. They don't want it to be on Tubi. They want it to be in theaters. Netflix doesn't want it. Nobody wants it. They don't even want it. Theaters don't even want to bank on it.
Yeah.
And he's basically going around saying, oh, these are just crazy little conspiracies. These are little conspiracy theories. You cannot label something that you are doing, and people are proving that you're doing, as a conspiracy theory. It's the same thing with, and I don't like to get political on my channel. You know that. That's one thing I stay away from. This is the only time I'll mention this. Regardless of what your views are, people out there watching, quoting that Trump is slowly becoming a dictator and wants to be a king, and him saying that's just a conspiracy, that's not true. No, this is not a conspiracy. This is something that's unfolding before our eyes. Luckily, you and I, Spoony, we live in Canada. Do we have the greatest prime ministers? No, not necessarily, but at least I feel like our prime minister, regardless if I voted for him or not, I still feel like he's working tirelessly to help Canadians. Whereas I feel so heartbroken for my American friends because I feel like it's just awful going on in the United States, and it's not a conspiracy. So I don't like it when him and his cabinet say that's just a conspiracy, but you really see it unfolding, right before your eyes. And it sucks because a lot of celebrities and a lot of people we grew up loving, like for example Sylvester Stallone, and I'm finding out Kiss are all these Trump guys, and it's really heartbreaking. Anyways, just wanted to mention that. Sorry.
I will say though, and I also don't want to talk politics, especially since it's American, where I have no dog in the show or any knowledge really. I will say that Trump actually, in a sense, healed the country because instead of political division, now they're all united in their hatred for Trump and his tariffs.
You know what? I will agree. They're all united. They are all united.
I haven't really heard too much divisive stuff coming from the States. They're all united in hating the tariffs.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. As one country, we should all hate our elected officials.
I mean, look, we just had a really bad prime minister for the longest time.
Who's now dating an astronaut?
Pardon?
Who's now dating an astronaut?
That's right. If you guys don't know, you should look up who Justin Trudeau is dating.
And that could be its own conspiracy. Did they actually go into space?
See, that's
technically no. Technically no. The scientists said they didn't break Earth orbit. They were just really high up.
So I know now that now we're going to our little topic. Not a little topic. Say that we've had our little rant and little discussion. Now we go into our topic, right? Conspiracy theories. That's what we are talking about today. I don't know if I have the thumbnail. Let me see if I can put that up there. If I can find it. Okay, there we go. So today we're going to be discussing conspiracy theories. Okay. So when it comes to conspiracy theories, I know your basic stuff, right? I know like the moon landing thing. I know 9/11. I know the JFK thing, which I think is like the whole conspiracy with JFK and was it Lincoln? The Elisa Lam conspiracy theory. I know these kind of things.
Yeah, that Elisa Lam one is wild.
Yes, yeah. I only found out a couple of days ago, which I texted you the other night. I'm just like, what is this? Because Stranger Things is on now, and I was, I love Stranger Things. I think it's a great show. And I don't know, I was, I guess, reading up on some of the characters, some of the actors, because sometimes I like to go on Wikipedia. And I was talking about this whole Montauk, based off of, like, the Montauk conspiracy.
Yeah, I was looking into that a little bit more, and I guess because they were doing, like, experiments with, like, ESP and stuff.
Okay.
So that's probably what influenced the show.
So, the Montauk, can I ask you a question? Because I heard of something back in, I think it was 2008 or 2009. Wasn't there something called the Montauk, was it the Montauk Monster?
Something like that. It's not Montauk, it's the thing off Plum Island.
Okay, so that has nothing to do with the Montauk conspiracy then?
There's a novel called... Hold on. Yeah, no, it is that weird thing. It's, oh yeah, I don't know if I can,
If you want to share, go ahead. I think if you... We're using the basic StreamYard, but I mean, I think you still have the functions to present or invite or share.
Don't show these tips again. Oh, nice. You can choose which thing you're...
Yep.
That's the Montauk Monster.
Okay, I'll move the stage. There we go.
I wish I could blow this up.
Yeah, there you go. I think if you can just, you're probably able to, if you click the three dots there, you can zoom it in. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was talking about. That chicken breast looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so this goes into the whole Montauk thing. Okay, maybe you can shed some light, Spoony, if you know. What is the Montauk conspiracy? You're saying something about MK Ultra, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little fuzzy on what MK Ultra is. I know it's some kind of like mind control thing. I think that was like one of the plots of the movie Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, it was the U.S. government, I think, in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, were experimenting with different forms of like mind control and ESP and stuff like that. They would like give people LSD because they wanted to see if they can tap into some like higher consciousness or something. What's really interesting, you've heard of Unabomber?
Yes,
Ted
yes.
Kaczynski, even if you don't, you've heard of him.
Yeah.
He was the subject of an MK Ultra experiment while he was in college. And the theory is that's the thing that really effed him up and led him down this path where he was paranoid of the government and started sending bombs everywhere.
Wow. Okay.
So they might have created their own problem there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, was this confirmed, or is like just it's?
I think it was confirmed.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so MK Ultra was all about like mind control, telepathy. They're just trying to experiment with the brain.
Okay. See now, like the things of Stranger Things now with those kids. That makes a lot more sense now when you bring the whole MK Ultra thing into it. And
Yeah, with like telepathy and maybe telekinesis and using the mind, unlocking the mind.
Okay. There you go, YouTube algorithm. Stranger Things is out. Look, there you go. We spoke about something that's hip and trending right now. Okay, so that's actually a really interesting conspiracy. I mean, I don't know if there's any truth to it, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a skeptic for most things, except for paranormal. That's true. That's real. But a lot of things, I'm a skeptic unless, I actually see something that proves that it's, proves otherwise, and then I won't be a skeptic anymore. But that Montauk's really interesting. Okay. Well, there's one I want to talk about. And then I will... You guys have all heard all the conspiracy theories. Like, you guys know about the moon landing, how... who was it? Was it Neil Armstrong, right? The first man on the moon. How that was...
On a soundstage.
That's it. Filmed by Stanley Kubrick, and they allude to that in The Shining. We all know that conspiracy theory. We all know the conspiracy theory of JFK, how Lee Harvey Oswald was placed there to kill JFK. And then the whole mirroring of how the murder was done with JFK. Same thing for Lincoln. We know that. Am I missing anything? 9/11. We all know the conspiracy how 9/11 was an inside job. Elisa Lam. I know Elisa Lam is a popular topic of conversation when it comes to conspiracy theories. But would you think that that's a mainstream one that like everybody would maybe know Elisa Lam? Because so this right here, this is who we're talking about. So the story behind this young woman, I could say right, young woman.
Yeah.
She was a Canadian, I guess a researcher, a scientist, and it seemed like she was in the notoriously haunted Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles.
Scene of many a death.
Yeah, even the inspiration, I think, for was it
Talking
Hotel?
American Horror Story?
Yeah.
Yeah, season 5, The Hotel.
That's it.
With Lady Gaga.
Exactly. Pretty solid season, actually.
I liked it.
Yeah. And so it was really, if you guys get a chance to look up Elisa Lam online, check out the video. There's a whole entire video. I think this was back in 2011 or 2010. You see her freaking out. Someone's chasing her, but you don't see anybody. Kind of similar to the paranormal video we watched last time on the channel, right, where the girl was running from something in the hotel room. And not much is known. All I have is the footage of her freaking out in the elevator, losing her mind, and then she just walks away easily. And then she was later found in one of the water towers. And then the whole conspiracy behind it was that then after she died, they created a whole kind of, I think it was a vaccination or something, Spoony?
Yeah.
Called the Lam Elisa, and people were like, something's not right here. So the conspiracy goes that she knew something, and someone was after her, and then she was killed, or either she knew something or she created something that was going to be life-changing, and they wanted it from her. And yeah, that's the conspiracy I know behind this. I don't know if there's anything more to it besides that, but I know that that's what it is, right? I think.
Well, I mean, if you see any of the footage, if you read it, like, it sounds like someone was coming for her.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Fortunately for her and her family, I guess. I think it was Netflix. Somebody released a documentary covering this case, and they actually explained, like, the case is solved now. The LAPD has closed the case. They figured it out.
Okay.
Because it's not until you're in your, like, early to mid 20s that severe psychological issues will appear, like schizophrenia, for example, or something. So apparently there's a lot of evidence to support the idea that she had some kind of psychotic break, climbed up onto the roof for some reason, went into that water tank, and died in there.
But
it took them a long time to put the evidence together, because the whole time they're thinking somebody murdered this girl and dumped her body in there. The fact that... Did you see that Jennifer Connelly movie?
You talking about Dark Water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like kind of the same plot. So
it's
in
not
that
movie,
movie,
great of a movie, but I see the similarities. Yeah.
So in that movie, there's this Jennifer Connelly's living in this apartment, and I think there's this like water stain that appears on her ceiling or whatever, and creepy stuff happens. And I think she ends up going onto the roof, and the guy who lives above her like murdered his wife and dumped her body in the water tank, and it's her ghost that's trying to contact people.
And it's so crazy that like that really mirrored that movie. I think that I remember two people talking about Dark Water when that came out. But it still begs the question though, how? Because like she was sedated. It seemed like she was like heavily medicated. How was she able to open up that water tower lid? Apparently they're saying it's super heavy, that someone petite like her would have had a really hard time lifting that up by herself.
Yeah, I know that was one of the really questionable points, but I think it was Netflix. I was going to look it up. The case is closed.
Okay.
I do know that much.
Okay. So,
but everything about it, honestly, it still seems really suspicious.
Yeah. So basically, it's a case closed. This is not conspiracy theory. However, it still sounds, like you said, sus. It still sounds like something is amiss with this, right?
Yeah. And like we brought up, the fact that it's very similar to a horror movie that came out, which I believe came out before this.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I trust that the police department has reached their conclusions with forensics and everything, but it just seems really weird to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Well, only, I guess, one day. One day, or only those who know, right? I guess.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking up conspiracy theories here on Wikipedia. Because I know that you know a lot of stuff, and I'm looking at stuff here, man. It seems like there's a lot of stuff. I had no fucking clue.
Okay, well,
COVID-19.
let me start with something here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like I
so
said, you take the ball on this one, man. I trust you with this.
I have Lyme disease, and it's not something that they want to acknowledge in Canada and in Ontario. They want to claim that it's less than 10,000 cases. It's not. I've actually had a doctor tell me when confronted with the results, "Oh, you have it, but it's non-pathogenic." So what's it doing in my body then? Just hanging out?
Yeah.
And okay, so we look at Justin Bieber's had Lyme disease. Avril Lavigne has had Lyme disease. Shania Twain has had Lyme disease. Are they saying it only affects Canadians with money? Like, 3 high-profile people from Ontario have had this thing, but they're saying it's not prevalent? Okay, so we were kind of talking about the Montauk Monster a second ago. Let me see if I can.
Just quickly, we got some comments here from Melted Copper 9247. Elisa Lamb, wasn't she found in the water tanker in the building? Yeah, exactly. That's what we're talking about. There's a horror film loosely based on that. So I know there was Dark Water originally, Melted Copper, but was there a recent one made after Elisa Lamb? If that's the case, I did not know that, and I'd like to check that out.
I haven't seen that either.
Cool. And he's saying a little echoing. Is that stylish?
I wonder if that's on my side. Oh, I can kind of hear it.
Okay.
Hold on.
I mean, I can hear you properly on my end. I don't hear any echoing. I mean, thank you, Melted Copper, for pointing that out if it is a little echoing, because Spoony seems to know. So then, Spoony, as you see at the bottom here, when you share, you just have to click the add to stage and it'll bring it up. If you want, I can do that for you.
What about?
I mean, I can hear you properly still. I don't know if it's causing echoing. Here, good old phone. Let me check and see. It's always funny when we see ourselves. Let me see.
It's probably my microphone. I don't know how, because I go in the bottom and it shows that the only thing that's working is the external, which is the headphone.
Oh yeah, I do hear it on the phone. It's echoing a little bit. But
echo cancellation is on.
The thing though is that it's not like it's not awful. It's not horrible. It's a little bit of an echo, but I mean, last time I can understand when people said they were barely able to hear me when I watched back the live stream when I was sending it off to you. I heard it. My voice was really low, and there was an echo. So, I don't
what
know
about
what
now?
On my end.
Yeah, I have no idea what's. Hold on.
StreamYard's broken. StreamYard's broken, guys.
Microphone access. Yeah, it should be.
Let me check and see.
Sorry, Copper. I have no idea.
It's a very slight. I don't know if you can hear, but it's a very. You say something, Spoony? I don't know if you can hear, but it's a very light. You say something, Spoony?
Yeah. Is it bad? Yeah.
It's like a very slight echo. It's there, but it's very slight.
I have.
I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's the headset, or if it's just the audio settings. I'm not sure.
Do you have like earbuds in or something?
Me, no, I don't. I was listening off of my phone.
Oh, so it might be the echo from that.
From my phone?
Yeah, if you've got the volume on.
Maybe, yeah, that's very possible. That's very possible. I'm not sure. If I go take a look at us live on the computer, because I can do that too. Look at that. We're fixing technical difficulties while we're live, guys. This is what we do for you guys. Let's see. View the channel. All right, say something, Spoony.
Okay. Ah. Yep.
Yeah, on the computer too. I hear a little faint little echo. Too.
What about now? Ah.
Still, we've been doing this since May. We're still in growing pains, I guess.
Okay, so while you kind of look into that, I'll just hopefully people can tolerate it. I'll go back to that Montauk monster. Whoa.
I'm assuming you could hear that.
Yeah.
That's what the echoing is sounding like.
Okay, anyways, the Montauk monster here, we kind of looked at the picture earlier. Not a very good one.
Like I said, it looks like a chicken cutlet or something,
There's been a couple of these things that have washed up. People can't tell if they were dogs, some kind of rodent, like a capybara is like a rat the size of a small dog.
Yeah.
So people are not sure what this thing was. Now, this washed up down the river from a place called Plum Island.
And it wasn't a van down by the river, right?
No.
Okay.
No Chris Farley in this one. Unfortunately, not that funny. So Plum Island, I'm just on the wiki page here because I didn't have, wasn't able to find some more concise information. But you can see Plum Island is the site of the Animal Disease Center. So when you see that weird thing washed up down the river from this place, you know it came from there. Okay? Now, we're going to go back to World War II. Japan had a notorious group called Unit 731, and these were people that did like human experiments. And one of the things that they were trying to do was to create a viral weapon that they would distribute through fleas. What they would do is they would cover birds with fleas and use them to spread the fleas around. They didn't actually do it.
Yeah.
But it's something they were experimenting with.
Wow.
Well, we know after the fall of World War II, the U.S. had Operation Paperclip, but a lot of other nations had their own initiatives. Okay, so the German scientists did a lot during World War II with their V-2 missiles, and there's a lot of science that happened during that time. So after World War II, the world was in a race to grab those German scientists. They wanted that information, that research.
Okay.
And we know Japan was allied with Germany.
Yeah. Which is weird because now Japan is considered like one of the places in the world that everybody wants to go to.
Mm-hmm. So what was I saying? So Unit 731 was experimenting on using fleas to transmit bioweapons. Operation Paperclip happens, and the U.S. starts grabbing up as many enemy scientists as they can. They want that research. You killed a bunch of people to get it, but it would be a shame to let that go to waste. As gross as that sounds.
Yeah.
So Unit 731 wants to use fleas to distribute a bioweapon. World War II ends, Operation Paperclip. In the 50s, so maybe like a decade later, you start to see in the town of Old Lyme, Connecticut, which is across the river from Plum Island, you start to see the first outbreak of what they now call Lyme disease. And it's named after the town of Old Lyme.
Okay.
So we've got scientists who are trying to use fleas as a bioweapon. We know that America grabbed up some of these scientists,
Yeah.
We know that 10 years after this happened, we started to see the emergence of Lyme disease, and we know Lyme disease is spread through ticks. Not fleas, but pretty damn close.
Mm-hmm. And already ticks
So,
themselves bring disease.
so is it a man-made thing? Because the timing on this is super suspicious. Like, we've never seen this organism before in history, but 10 years after World War II, it starts to emerge hardcore. Across the river from Plum Island, which we know is a disease research center. And then, a couple decades later, you're getting the Montauk Monster, and you're getting other things washing up, and they're coming from Plum Island. So whatever the hell is going on over there, it's some serious stuff. That's my theory, anyways.
No, you know what? I get what you're saying. I do. It's very suspicious. I completely understand.
And the fact that the government, at least the Canadian government, doesn't want to acknowledge this is real. Like, it sucks. My health sucks a lot of the time because of this bacteria I have in my body.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky to have a doctor that at least believes the symptoms I'm experiencing and is willing to work with me, but I'm not surprised to hear that, like, people travel to the US for treatment and stuff. The criteria for diagnosis here is there are these markers in your blood, and you have to hit 5 out of 7 markers to get the diagnosis. Most other countries in the world, it's 3 out of 7. So the Canadian government does not want to deal with this.
Yeah. Which really sucks for you. You know, I mean.
But yeah, Plum Island. So the theory is Lyme disease came from there. They're still doing, like, again, I've got the Montauk Monster on screen here. They're still doing, like, genetic mutations, experimentations, whatever.
That's really, really fucked up. And I know that this is something that you've spoken to me many times, that, you know, what you believe in that. And the more you talk about it, and the more that you elaborate a little more too, which is something I didn't realize about the Plum Island thing today, it does make me think to myself too that maybe you're right. Maybe Lyme disease is more of a man-made thing, and it's like, so yeah, that's really fucked up, man.
Yeah, it says here on Wikipedia, in 1954, the USDA established Plum Island Animal Disease Center. And okay, so that's 1954. Let's look at Lyme disease history. Damn it. Okay. Maybe they don't have this information on here.
And I want to make one thing clear. I know that there's a lot of people out there who are, like, spewing the conspiracies, and I know often it gets lumped in with, you know, the real radical right-wingers in the United States, but there's so many conspiracy theories out there that are not just like those political and those like moon landing. Like, for example, this is something that is a conspiracy theory in its own, of like Lyme disease. And you're like, when you put it into that term, you're like, okay, you know what? That does make you think. And I think some of the real conspiracy theories, not the crazy ones, are ones that really, you know, are thought provoking. Like with Lyme disease here, like, it makes you do think to yourself, was this created intentionally, you know?
Okay, here we go. Oh, no, they said they found it in a mummy.
A mummy, okay.
5,300-year-old mummy. Here, let me...
So he said that Imhotep had Lyme disease?
No, what did they say his name was? OT or something? Hold on.
I was referencing the old mummy movie with Boris Karloff.
Oh, God.
That's a great movie, though.
This
Come
one.
on.
Yeah. Earliest known evidence was in Oetzi, a 5,300-year-old mummy near the Italian border. Europe's oldest known natural human mummy. Anyways, there's some evidence before then, but starting in the 50s is really when they started to diagnose it outside of the town of Old Lyme.
Okay.
So I don't know. I would. I'll see if I can find like a documentary on this or something. Maybe we can do like a watch thing, and we could comment on it or whatever.
That'd be pretty cool.
But I know you're getting it, and hopefully the people watching also kind of getting what I'm trying to say. Like, you can almost draw this line between evil human experiments, U.S. acquiring those scientists, designating a new disease lab, and then this disease starts spreading across the country shortly after.
Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing is that there are. I was looking up conspiracies, and when you were talking about Lyme disease originally, I was looking to see because I do myself have psoriasis, and I was like, are there any conspiracies regarding that? And I'm reading up, and I'm like, okay, well, it's just everything that I've heard, right? That psoriasis is dirty, and you can transmit it, which is totally not the case at all.
No.
But psoriasis is more of like a excessive blood cell thing, so I feel awful that you go through this with the Lyme disease, and that every time your doctors are like, it is what it is, man. And like I feel my heart feels heavy for you when these things happen.
They're been very helpful about like, hey, do you need this kind of medication? No. Are you sure we don't mind? I hate painkillers though. I hate that feeling. I don't like being drugged up. Not for me.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I had a feeling today, though, with the conspiracy theories. I had a feeling you were going to talk about this because I know this is something that you've been asking yourself. And
I would like to think that even if I weren't personally affected, I think this is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is something that is worth bringing to light. You know what I mean? Even for those for the one of you who's watching right now, or for those who watch later on, right? It's good to bring this kind of information to people, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's take a little pause here.
I don't want to get. Oh yeah, sorry. You're gonna pause.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I just thought we were gonna keep going. I was gonna say I don't want to get divisive about this because it's a tragedy and people died, and that's really what should be focused on. But 9/11, I saw a couple years ago. It was this. Now again, when it comes to studies or polls or surveys, show me the raw data. How many participated? What were the breakdown? Like, just showing me numbers means nothing. But they said something like 86% of Americans now believe that the government at least had some kind of forewarning of 9/11 and chose not to act.
I mean, the act of them actually doing it themselves, I find honestly, this is me, a little far-fetched. But yes, that I agree with you. The fact that they knew about it and
that they had received a warning and chose not to act.
Yeah. That I've heard of, and I honestly, that I can honestly say, like, I believe that. I believe that possibly may have happened.
Well, I'm sure they get threats all the time, right?
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I just found it interesting that this study suggested that the majority of Americans now believe that it was potentially partially avoidable.
Yeah.
But you know what? When it comes to things like that, it's a tragedy. I think future generations that are far enough to remove on it can speculate, but like we're the generation, we're still people alive, lived through it. I mean, like we can go back and look at Pearl Harbor now because it's so far removed from us.
Yeah.
And again, I think I heard that they had warning that the Japanese were planning something and they didn't do anything.
Yeah. Uh, well, quickly, if you guys like this, we were trying to launch this, I guess, before Halloween, but I guess an official, unofficial, where is it? Where's my little, I love how, like, I do things for you guys, and I apparently can't even do things properly either. Just give me a second, guys. I want to bring to your attention, guys, a word from our sponsor today, Spoony. Two Geeks Investigates.
Yeah.
We were trying to launch this, guys, before Halloween. You know, with holidays and life, we are going to be forming, and we're going to tool this properly. But in 2026, there's already a teaser on the channel. If you guys really like this kind of stuff, this is just to give you a little taste.
Yeah,
Geeks Investigates.
More like conspiracy and that type of stuff for the other channel.
So consider going over to. Let me see. Let me go ahead, Spoony. I'm going to open up the YouTube channel.
Well, I was saying we're kind of talking about conspiracies because we just hit the 62nd anniversary of the JFK killing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which, of course, is one of the granddaddies of conspiracies in modern times.
Yep. So.
Right? That was even before the moon landing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, if I'm not mistaken.
When they go to the moon, 67, 69?
Something like that, yeah.
And JFK was 63.
Yeah, so there you go. So it was before that. So one of the earliest examples of a conspiracy.
Now, supposedly, those files are going to be released at some point, right?
Some point.
The JFK files, completely unredacted?
Yeah, well, someday. But consider, guys, going over to youtube.com and looking up Two Geeks Investigate. Here is our channel. Here's all of our favorites in the front. Yeah, we are going to launch this. This is formerly Boomer's Nightmare. We're relaunching the channel.
The idea... Oh.
So yeah, my friends, consider going over to Two Geeks Investigate, and we're going to do some more of this kind of content in the future in 2026. Even if it's not live streams, we're going to try to figure out a way to get together and post some videos regarding that stuff. So that's a word from today's sponsor, our Two Geeks Investigate.
And it's really just to keep things clean because, I mean, we can keep more of this type of conversation there, and then on this one, it's more like pop culture, movies, that type of stuff.
And of course, because I'm fairly sure we were supposed to go live with this one 2 weeks ago, so we're a little behind. But in 2 weeks, we'll do our holiday stream. We're gonna watch some paranormal videos. So.
Hey, it's always Halloween in this house.
Exactly. It's always Halloween. At least for me, my wife doesn't like that. My daughter doesn't even know what Halloween is yet, so it's good.
It's not a day; it's a state of mind.
Exactly. Hey, I'm just happy that if I can share my love for Halloween with my little one, that's all I ask, you know. All right, so let's get back into it then, Spoony. Since we had our word from our sponsor, what other conspiracies would you like to talk about? Would you like to bring up? Like I said, I've got Wikipedia up here, and I'm looking at some of these conspiracies, man.
What's another big one?
You know what's crazy? Okay, I don't want to talk about it because I know this triggers a lot of people. I'm not saying we're going to talk about it. I'm just confused. Apparently, COVID-19 is a conspiracy theory in of itself. So I don't know about that. I've never heard that.
I think the conspiracy theory or whatever is just where it came from.
Okay, that I can.
Whether it came from a specific laboratory in a specific place or whatever.
Okay.
I think that's the conspiracy, is the origins of the thing.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I'm looking at? There's some here that I'm not well versed on, but I've heard of many times. I'm looking here. I'm looking at the New World Order. I'm looking at predictive programming. Apparently, yeah.
That's
UFOs.
when they'll...
So those
Predictive programming is when they'll put something in a movie or a show. So it's to kind of like prep the audience that this might happen in the real world.
Now, I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is this real? Is this an actual thing?
It's not like they were precognizant or something. They just took outrageous situations, and then we live in such a clown world that these are now coming true. I mean, the Trump presidency one was weird.
Yeah, that was
with the escalator and with the escalator.
Yeah, like it shows it right here, man. Bart to the future. Bart mentions that Trump became the president of the United States. In response to this, the episode garnered renewed attention. Season 11, by the way. The Simpsons was what? In season 11, that was what, 2000? 1999, maybe?
Probably.
So yeah, and then Lisa versus Malibu Stacy. A news clipping reads that the U.S. president was arrested, which is believed to be predict Trump's arrest in 2023. So it's and then that Malibu Stacy episode too. That was an early season as well. So that's really odd, really interesting. So yeah, I didn't know if there was an actual thing of future. What was he calling it?
Future predictions.
Yes, thank you.
I've heard people say South Park has been kind of like that too, but not with the eerie accuracy that The Simpsons seems to have.
Okay.
Well, since we're talking about TV shows and we're just bringing up September 11th a moment ago, do you know about the pilot episode for the X-Files spin-off, The Lone Gunman?
No.
The first episode of that show is 9/11.
Are you serious?
Look this shit up. It aired in like July or August of 2001, and the pilot episode involved these terrorists remote controlling planes to fly them into the Twin Towers in order to spark military spending.
Oh, I remember. Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
I shit you not. The first episode is friggin' 9/11.
The TV series. Let's see. So, pilot. While the lone gunmen are thwarted in their attempt to steal a computer chip by Eve Adele Harlow, Byers receives news of his father's death, and so the trio soon find themselves unraveling a government conspiracy concerning an attempt to fly commercial. Wow. And that was March 2001?
Couple months before.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa,
the only difference is on the show they were going to use remote control rather than have actual people on board crashing the plane. It's creepy, man. It's creepy. We should see if that's on, like, maybe it's on YouTube or something. I just want to point out, though, the name there, they said the computer chip stolen by Eve Adele Harlow. It's an anagram for Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh, wow.
So we don't know her real name.
Yeah, you click on that, just brings you back to the lone gunman. Wow.
That name is an anagram of Lee Harvey Oswald. But that first episode... Look at that. March 4th. That's, what? A couple months and a week before?
That's about 6 months. A whole 6 months about before.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Wow. And is that... I knew that the Lone Gunman... Like, I'd never watched the series. I always watched X-Files here and there. Well, I mean... when I got older. I didn't watch it when it was playing on TV. For me, I was too young to watch that. You and I are in the same age generation, but my parents didn't like us watching that kind of stuff. So I only started watching X-Files and some of the episodes, as I got older. And I didn't learn about the Lone Gunman spinoff until later on, but I had no idea that there was an episode like this.
The first episode.
Wow. And it's, to what it seems, there's only one season.
Yeah, it got canceled due to poor rating, but I mean, this was, look at this, May 11th. 2001. So you went into the summer, June, July, August, and then coming out of the summer, 9/11 happens. So that TV season was doomed.
That's crazy.
That
is crazy. Wow. So that is insane. I did not know that.
Aside from that episode, the show is more lighthearted.
Okay.
It's kind of like where the X-Files dealt with like serious government conspiracies. The Lone Gunman was more like lighthearted conspiracies, like they're trying to suppress a car that runs on water. Big oil doesn't want it. It wasn't like the government's conspiring to surveil and kill their own. It's big oil doesn't want us to use water as fuel.
I'm looking to, my gosh, I'm looking outside, Spoony, all the way here in Great Canada. We're in the East Coast, both you and I. Do you have snow coming down right now, man?
Not yet, but the sky is white. Like, I think it's just a matter of time.
I haven't even decorated for Christmas yet, and the only thing I have right now that's Christmas-related, Spoony, is I put up my Silent Night, Deadly Night Blu-ray.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? For those of you guys watching, take a quick little pause on this. If you've never seen Silent Night, Deadly Night, and you're horror fiends like Spoony and I, this is a great fucking movie. I know there's a new one coming out. They've had a remake, and they've had multiple sequels. And I know Review Spot even said that he prefers Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 because you get the first movie in a kind of like a 45-minute nutshell, and then you got Ricky going on his rampage, garbage day.
So it's kind of like Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Where they kind of remake the first one a little bit, but then it's its own thing.
But yeah, if you guys have never seen Silent Night, Deadly Night, I'm sure a lot of you have. A lot of you, a couple of years back when I actually got it from Amazon, a lot of you guys said review it. I never got around to it. Anyways, this year my review is going to be Sonic based for Christmas. So yeah.
There's also, if you subscribe to Shudder, they just added Santa Slays, the classic Christmas horror movie starring former professional wrestler Bill Goldberg as an evil Santa.
If you guys want to lose some brain cells and have a good fun old time losing your brain cells, watch Santa Slays. You know what, though? I will recommend another movie, though, that's really good and is actually Die Hard at Christmas time, is Violent Night, starring David Harbour, who plays...
Yeah.
That's a fantastic movie, okay? Okay, going back to the conspiracy theories.
So yeah, that I just mentioned that Lone Gunman one because it just popped into my head, and that one, I don't know how anybody can't get weirded out by that. Even just what you read, you haven't seen it, just reading one sentence, you're like, holy crap.
Like, that's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, and in the show, they state explicitly the whole reason to do this, to fake a terrorist attack, is because the government will open up their checkbooks and say, okay, we need more defense. I'm not saying that's what happened in real life, but...
No, but it's crazy that Chris Carter, the creator of X-Files, came up with this kind of story, and like, what, 5, 6, 7 months later, it actually happened. So I can only imagine his shock and awe when that happened. And he was like,
I wonder if he maybe felt guilty or something. Like maybe he put that idea out there.
I mean, the way that I look at sometimes some of this predictive programming, sometimes I look at it like, well, it's just coincidence, to be quite honest with you, right?
I think most of the time it is. I agree.
But this is something I can't really explain. That's crazy. That is insane.
And the time period too.
Yeah.
If this episode aired in like 1992, whatever.
Well, who cares? Oh, let's dig up an old episode.
But like almost exactly 6 months.
That's it, man. That's it. You must be a fan of the X-Files, though.
Oh yeah, I love the show. I grew up watching it.
I figured, especially if you love the conspiracy theories, but not just that, you also told me that you're a big Supernatural fan. So I figured you also love the X-Files, which I'm going to get around to it, Spoony. I told you last time the reason why I watched the first season of Supernatural, and I could never continue. I've told you about, the people who couldn't shut up about it, but...
The first season feels very different from the rest.
Okay.
The first season is kind of like these basic concept of these two brothers. They're looking for their missing dad. They're road tripping across the country and encountering urban legends everywhere they go.
And you know what? I actually did not mind it. It was gritty. It was pretty neat. I think I remember an episode of like Bloody Mary or something like that.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. But like I said, I never continued it on because two people that were prominent in our life at that time when I was watching the first season, all I can hear from them was Supernatural this, Supernatural that. And I was speaking to Vanessa the other day. I was like, Spoony's like basically my best friend. We've been friends now for like so many years. And like a funny thing, guys, is that Spoony and I met. I think you and I met like a month or two before Vanessa and I got married. And I don't think I ever told you this before. I'm going to say it now. I looked at that as a nice sign. Like, it's a new beginning, right?
Yeah.
And going into my marriage with a new friend by my side. And I think that's why this friendship, I mean, I don't know, we might have some different viewings on things in the world, but at the end of the day, you're still a good person. And that's, so I was telling Vanessa that because you talked about it and you kind of convinced me, I was like, I kind of want to go back and rewatch Supernatural now because now that's gone, that's in the past, and Spoony really loves Supernatural, so I was like, I'm going to give it another shot, I think.
Well, I will say, like I said, the first legend is more like kind of, the first season's more like urban legends and myths and stuff like that. The second season starts to focus more in on this plot with demons, and then kind of third season on, the rest of the show is all about, like, not biblical, but not like from the Bible specifically, but like religious scripture interpretations of angels and demons and all this other stuff. And it gets to the point where the demons are like a joke, the angels are the real threat. Because what happens, season 4, season 5, they beat Lucifer. They beat the devil, they seal him in hell.
Okay.
So what this means is they've averted the biblical apocalypse, which means there's no game plan for the angels now. They were supposed to be warriors to fight against the devil. Well, guess what? These two guys beat the devil. So what's left for the angels? Nothing. They can do whatever they want now.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. It's like it's free reign, and that's why they're like, we can do whatever we want.
And they're way more powerful than demons, so...
The crazy thing is that I want to make something very clear. I don't ever talk about. For me, it's like it's two things I always a big no-no to talk about. It's politics and religion. I could care less about politics. I don't give two shits unless it's directly affecting me.
Of course.
My family, the ones I love, you for example. And I don't talk about religion. Okay. You guys have seen me in the past in some videos. I wear a cross. I am Catholic. I'm a religious person. I want to make it known that I'm not one of those crazy people that you see, like especially in the United States. I'm not one of those people.
Well, if anybody's watched your content before, they'll know that.
Yeah, I'm very accepting. I'm very open. I mean, I believe in rights for every single person on this planet, right? But one thing I have a hard time with is not just Catholicism, just religion in general, any form of religion. In horror movies, I have a little bit more of a hard time with that, unless the story actually calls for that to be the context.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes putting religion in a horror movie just to put religion in a horror movie, like like that god awful fucking Dracula 2000. Have you ever seen that movie?
I did. I didn't see the sequels though.
Me neither.
Did you know they made it was a trilogy?
Yeah, I think they made Dracula in space to at one point.
I only found out about that like a couple years ago. I thought Dracula 2000 was it. I had no idea there were 2 more films.
No, apparently there were 2 more films, and the guy who played Bruce Lee in the actually pretty solid Bruce Lee movie from the 90s, I forget his name, he was the main character of the 2 other ones. But what I didn't like was the fact that You got this whole movie. I've come to realize that, like, now as I'm older, I'm like, okay, it's an interesting concept. But at first, growing up, when I was really grasping my head around it, I was like, they turned Judas Iscariot into Dracula, and I was like, what the actual fuck, man? Now you think back at it, you're like, okay, it kind of makes sense, especially with everything you read the Bible, you know, okay. But
do you know? We're gonna go into comics for a second here. DC Comics has a character called the Phantom Stranger.
I've heard of the Phantom Stranger. Yeah.
Like blue cloak, blue hat. He just kind of appears when he's needed.
Yeah.
When they did the New 52 reboot in 2011, because he's always had like 4 potential origins, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like, because he's mysterious. We don't know what his true origins are. In the New 52, they said one of his true origins is he might actually be Judas walking the earth.
Okay.
That this is his punishment. And the Phantom Stranger's always had this, like, kind of silver necklace. And they said those are the 30 pieces of silver.
Yeah.
And so at some point when he does something major, a piece will fall off and he's trying to earn his way back. Kind of cool, but at the same time, I don't know that I want that in my superhero fighting stuff.
What I always say this, okay? Two things that I don't want in my comic books is religion and politics, because we read that as an escape.
Unless it's X-Men.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I don't care. I don't care if you're gonna bring, race or gender bending or homosexuality into the comic book. I don't give a shit. If the story calls for it, I'm for it. Like I said, religion and politics, that's one thing. Because I feel like sometimes comic books nowadays can get a little too political, and I'm like, stay away. I haven't read Marvel comics in a long time, dude. The most recent that I got of DC Comics, besides Sonic X DC, which, Spoony, you gotta read that. It's awesome. I don't know if you saw, but recently I picked up DCKO, and really it was just a cover buy because of Hangman Adam Page and Lobo.
Yeah.
But I keep hearing there's so many good stuff about it because it's written by Scott Snyder.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Scott Snyder's I don't know if you see it down there. There's Snyder.
Probably the best Batman writer in the last, 10, 20 years?
I agree with you, 100%. Apparently Absolute Batman right now going on is fantastic, too.
I'm curious about all that Absolute stuff, but I'm waiting for... I kind of want hard covers. They've got soft covers out of the first couple things.
Actually, not true. I've been reading Batman Hush, too, and besides the artwork by Jim Lee, which we all know Jim Lee's artwork is stunning, right? I kind of feel like it's mediocre.
Who wrote... who's Hush to?
Jeff Loeb. He's
okay.
Right? It's Lee and Loeb back from the original book.
That's weird because Jeff Loeb is he wrote the original Hush, obviously.
Which is a masterpiece in my eyes.
He wrote Batman the Long Halloween.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most celebrated Batmans. There's so many, right? Like Year One and Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
But that's one of the bigger, there's an animated movie based off of it, right? And that was... I think that was actually better than Hush in terms of a mystery.
That that's fair. I'll give you
Hush was good, but there was so much stuff going on. I didn't really feel. The Long Night feels more like the detective Batman.
Yeah, I agree.
More grounded and stuff.
Well, my two favorite Batman stories are Hush and The Long Halloween. Those are my personal two favorite Batman stories. So I agree with you on that one. So going back to conspiracy theories now. Do you think we're talking about religion. Do you think the Book of Revelation has anything to do with conspiracy theories? Because there's a lot of in there. Do you think the Book of Revelation could maybe be considered the earliest form of conspiracy theories? I ask that because there is a passage in there. And again, I'm not trying to get political. I'm just mentioning a passage that is in the Book of Revelation talking about how, the pieces to put into place when the world is going to start, coming to an end as we know it, where celebrities will be elected as government officials. And we've already seen this happen. Ronald Reagan in the 1980s. Arnold Schwarzenegger being elected to as governor of California, for example, right? And of course, now we know who the president of the United States is. So could you consider maybe the Book of Revelation one of those original in its earliest forms of like a conspiracy theory unraveling? Do you think?
First of all, I want to thank you for saying Revelation and not Revelations. It's the Book of Revelation to John. I think for a long time...
We're not here to give you guys Bible lessons either, so just so
I think for a long time, there's kind of been a conspiracy around that because they talk about... Now, I'm not a biblical scholar, so forgive me for getting things wrong, but something like at the end of the days, the beast from the sea will rise or something, and it'll have like 7 heads and 10 crowns, or 10 horns. I don't know.
Talking about the broken seals and everything, yeah. And
even like a couple hundred years ago, people were like, is the beast supposed to represent the Catholic Church? Is the church going to consume itself? So for a long time, people have been asking these questions.
Yeah. So, I guess you could say it technically could be conspiracy theories in its own form from the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because religious scholars are debating the meaning of it. Like, maybe this is supposed to represent the church and the fall of organized religion or whatever.
Yeah. Fair enough. I don't like to dwell on religion too much because we know that regardless of how we feel, how we are involved in it, there's a lot of people that don't like that and don't want to talk about it. So I don't want to... There's just one more thing I want to touch on. There's also the whole conspiracy theory about Jesus and did Jesus even exist?
Oh, I thought you were...
That's a whole other thing for it in itself, but...
I thought you were going to bring up the Merovingian.
Sorry?
The Merovingians.
Yeah.
That's the bloodline of Christ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The idea is that because the Bible doesn't talk about what happened to Jesus after he returned to life.
No.
So there's theories that, he married Mary Magdalene and they had children and this lineage of Christ exists to this day, and they're called the Merovingians.
Yeah.
And they're these elite French aristocrats that have this like sacred blood in them.
Yeah. And if you want, I don't know if I've seen the movie, and I read the book a long time ago too, The Da Vinci Code. I know that was so popular and so hyped up when that came out, but for a reason, because that book is in itself a conspiracy theory story about the bloodline of Jesus. And I was like, it makes you think that, wow, okay, maybe, I don't know, but maybe,
Oh, when that book came out, Da Vinci Code, I devoured that thing. I read it within a couple days.
Yeah.
The guy's writing is very good. It's very compelling. You want to keep turning that page.
Yeah. And it's like I said, there's a lot of good people in Catholicism, but there's a lot of people that makes you think, right? Do they want to cover things up? What? So it's a good read. If you guys have never seen, if you've never read the Da Vinci Code, or if you've never seen the movie, if you prefer watching movies, Spoony and I highly recommend that.
The movie's really close to the book.
Yeah,
I think if you're somebody who likes reading or you just would rather watch something, I think you'll get the same thing out of the book.
I would say
out of the movie.
Yeah, I feel like the sequel's kind of like meh, but the first movie is really good. I think there's 2 sequels after that or something, Angels and Demons, and then another one. But the Da Vinci Code, the first movie with Tom Hanks, is very good. Like Spoony said, as close to the book as a movie can be. And not all movies do that, but Da Vinci Code was one of those rare cases where they got as close to the book as they possibly could, which was cool.
I was thinking of something and it slipped my mind. I wanted to follow up on the Merovingian.
If it comes back to you,
let
us know. We can go back to it. I know that there's so many conspiracy theories and there's so many rattling in your brain, and I know today we are a little bit on a time crunch. And
well, when it comes to this topic, I mean, we could probably talk for another couple hours.
That's
so
exactly it. But the thing is, I know you, Spoony, you got to move on with your life after the live stream. Vanessa, myself, and our little one, we're going out tonight, so we got to get ready to go. But There's a couple that I'm looking at, okay? And if you want to talk about it, maybe we can open up the gate for maybe 2 or 3 more conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Pick your poison. I see the New World Order conspiracy theory, right? And then I see a big one that's always popular, and that you can go down a rabbit hole all in itself, is UFOs.
Oh, they call them UAPs now, right?
Oh, right. Sorry, UAPs. My bad.
Or yeah, because the phenomenon.
Correct to aliens, UAPs. When
Now,
did that change, though?
Maybe when they realize that you can't really identify anything flying when you're on the ground.
That's fair.
Is that a plane? I mean, presumably, but I don't know. I'm not up there.
You know, it might be Superman, right? It's a plane. It's a bird. Was that right? It's a
also
bird,
because
it's
I think it's more about they wanted to remove the word flying.
Yeah.
Because that's not the technology they would be using.
No, that's fair.
I mean, they would be achieving flight, but I don't know.
Yeah. So
maybe to make it sound more scientific so it can be taken more seriously. Because if you say unidentified anomalous phenomenon, that sounds like something legit.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool stuff here I'm looking at, man. Like I said, New World Order, if you want to talk about that. UFOs, we can talk maybe like, I know the big one, a lot of them is Men in Black.
Well, the big UFO thing, you saw that thing where the pilot on that plane, he saw something shoot past the plane?
When was that?
Like a couple weeks ago. Within the last month or two.
Oh, wow. So
I don't remember what it's called.
Talk about that. I just want to show you something here, and you choose. I didn't know that. I had no idea that this was a thing. Science and technology, climate change, weather and earthquake control. Oh, we spoke a little bit about MK Ultra. We know about that. Flat Earth. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't believe that the Earth is flat, personally. RFID chips, but there's something down here that's really interesting to me. These two right here. Dead internet theory.
Mm-hmm.
Smartphones listening in on private conversations. And then 5G
That's true.
Misinformation.
I feel like people have gotten away from 5G now. I think people want 6G. They just want more internet. They don't care about the health effects anymore.
Okay. So that's all that is, basically. 5G is just health effects, basically.
I think that was the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Was because they're putting up 5G towers and they're going to cause brain cancer or something. I don't know.
I see. Okay. You know what, man? Maybe we could talk a bit.
Dead internet, I think, is kind of true, and smartphones listening is 100% true.
So, okay.
Let me just, I want to, because I complain about this to my wife all the time, and I think she's tired of hearing it. Your phone is never off.
No,
you can turn the screen off. You can turn the screen off, but your phone is never off. The only way to turn it off is to remove the power supply. They won't let you take the battery out anymore.
No.
So it's always listening. It's always on.
You know what the crazy thing is? This phone I have right here, it's an iPhone from 2021. I use an Android, but I've had my Android since 2019 that it's so unbelievably slow that it barely lets me use it. And I was only using this iPhone to film my videos, and now I've switched over my SIM card to this, and I forgot, man, how bad it is with iPhones. It's like I used to be a cell phone repair person at one point. You cannot even open this thing. You have to literally come in with screws. But you need specific screwdrivers to open this to take out the power source.
Yeah, they've made proprietary parts so that they have the patent on for the screwdrivers and the nuts or whatever.
But I think I agree with you when it comes to, phone listening, because was it last week or 2 weeks ago, Vanessa and I were talking about something, and I think we were talking about Kiss or something, anyways. Or maybe Funko Pops. I think it was Funko Pops. And then all of a sudden I'm scrolling I'm on my internet and I'm looking for something, and you know those ads that pop up?
Yeah.
I just see an ad for Funko Pops. That's weird. And then we were talking about, maybe getting some A&W, and then I see that scrolling through Instagram, ad break, here's A&W. I'm like, that is weird. It's the spookiest shit to me. I'm not going to lie to you, man.
I've had that happen too. Talking to my wife, let's say we're talking about milk. Oh, we need some milk. Gotta go to the store, get milk, whatever. I'll put on YouTube. The first ad will be for milk.
It's weird, man. It's so weird.
And then dead internet theory.
Yeah.
That's the one where, and I feel like we're kind of there, where most of the interaction online is bots interacting with bots.
Okay.
So we know that for YouTube or any kind of social platform, you can buy viewers, right? You can buy bots.
Yeah.
So dead internet is essentially you bought these bots and they left comments, and then other bots responded to those comments. So it's just computers having conversations with themselves, but they don't know it. And it kind of makes sense because there's like zero growth for the internet right now. Everybody that wants the internet is on the internet. If you're not on the internet, it's because you made a conscious choice that I don't want to go down this route.
Yeah.
So there's like no growth.
Is this something that can happen in YouTube also? I'm just curious.
Potentially, yeah.
I see. Because sometimes I look at channels out there. Some channels who have like 4, 5 views. And I see they got like 5. Like they got 4, 5, 6, 7,000 subscribers sometimes. And I'm like, I just reached 1,004 subscribers on Friday.
Oh, did you? Oh, awesome, man. Congratulations. We should have done something.
It's okay. It took me 8 freaking years to get to 1,004. And mind you, I'm not one of those people that's promoting my channel. I'm just out here on YouTube having fun like you are. But I don't understand how I see some people that, they upload their channel and 1 week they have 200 subscribers, and then 1 week later they got 5,000 subscribers. But you're still pulling in 1 to 2 views per video. I don't understand that.
It helps if you get kind of promoted by a bigger person. Like some people on the internet, and they have large audiences, they'll react to videos. Somebody like, hey, somebody in my audience said I need to check this video out. So they watch the video on stream, commenting and stuff. And then afterwards, they'll be like, yeah, guys, it's a really cool video. Go subscribe to this guy.
I see, okay.
So it gets... all it takes is one bigger person to kind of shine a spotlight on it, and then everybody will be like, hey, that's cool. Let's go check them out.
I mean, look, I've had channels mention my name. You've mentioned my name many times in your videos. Review Spot has actually mentioned me 2 or 3 times maybe in his videos, and I will say one thing is that I don't ask to be mentioned. If you're going to mention me, it makes me super happy. I just know that you're doing it out of the goodness and kindness of your heart. The biggest thing I've ever had at one point, and again, I'm not asking people to go check out my channel because if it was, I don't know if you know Nathan Barnett, who plays Keith Apicary.
Sounds familiar.
Okay, here, let me show you quickly. Keith Apicary. So it's this guy right here. Come on. I don't know if you've ever seen him before.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Especially like in the Angry Video Game Nerd, one of his Christmas episodes, he did it with Keith Apicary.
Yeah, no, I recognize the face.
Okay. I love this guy. He's great. He's an awesome dude. And at one point he was going through, lesser known YouTube channels to watch, and he stumbled across my channel and left a comment on one of my videos. Nice. And I was like, this is super cool. But I'm not, in my back of my mind, I'm not thinking to myself, cool, this is going to open up the door for subscribers for me. I'm just like, this is awesome. I'm happy that you found my channel and that, you enjoy watching the content. Like, more recently, you have Review Spot, I think we know I mention him often because it's my favorite channel to go to watch figure reviews. He's got a massive channel, massive platform, and it made me really happy because he was reviewing the. He did a review. He was doing his spooky season, and he ended up eating the freeze dried Chucky candies.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. But he decided, and I thought it was nice of him, to mention that on my end, I ate the Chucky gum on my Halloween Boomer Eats video. And
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Vanessa and I were like, that's so cool.
So he's like, oh, check out that review.
Yeah. And again, like, I don't ask it and I don't expect subscribers to start piling in because of that. But you get what I mean, right? It's a little weird how sometimes they can go from like a 100 subscriber channel to 5,000 subscribers overnight, you know?
Yeah.
I just find it a little weird.
Earlier this year, I think in the summertime, there was this woman had a channel. I think it was like 300 subscribers. A larger YouTuber, commented on one of her videos, like watched the video, giving feedback, and like, this is a good video, blah blah blah. She went to 50,000 subscribers within 24 hours.
Damn.
Her name is like the background NPC.
Okay.
She's a woman who just kind of talks about how crappy games have become and how it's all about like monetization and selling you extra costumes and not about making a good game.
Okay.
And one of her got reviewed by a larger streamer, and yeah, went to like 50, 60,000 overnight from a couple hundred.
I get it in that case, but especially for her though, she's also working hard to promote her channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there are some people that are not even working hard to promote their channel. It's just like,
that's
hey,
true.
Get some content out, and like one person that's a great example. Like, okay, he does promote his channel, but one person's a great example of there is no reason why this person should have 2 million subscribers. This person should have maybe 1,000, and this clown right here. Tell me if you've ever heard of this guy.
Oh, yeah.
This clown.
I have, unfortunately.
This clown has started his career on doing nothing but reaction videos. And now it's to the point where it's just stupid clout talking about, oh, the Snyderverse is coming back. How do I know this? Because I see people post on social about how dumb he is. I made the mistake once or twice of watching a video of his. It was an unboxing video of one of the, back in the day when they had like, remember the Nerd Block back in the day? That's how long ago I watched one of his videos. And one of his reactions to see, because people were talking about him, and I was like, it's not for me. It's not for me. But there's no reason why this guy needs to have 2.2 million subscribers. I'm just saying. I am just saying.
This guy's a grifter.
Like,
this guy's a grifter.
Right here.
This stuff he doesn't believe. He blows things out of proportion. He deliberately misinterprets things so he can go off on a tirade. He's one of many. They're ruining fandom. They're ruining YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, if you hate this stuff, why do you make a video every day about it? Why don't you just find a different hobby or something else to do with your life and move on?
Exactly. Like, to what I was hearing, this guy was super vocal on his hatred towards the new Superman movie, which I still haven't seen it, but I trust your opinion because you're a Superman fan, and you told me it was fantastic.
It's the most entertaining one out of all of them.
And I even
because
had people from work say that too.
Here's the thing. Superman's been around for like 90 years.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the origin. Same with Batman. Everybody knows the origin. So instead of showing us the origin from a fourth different director, how about you just show us the stuff we want to see? Show us him punching guys. Show us him being super.
Yeah.
I like that... and to not get confused with the Robert Pattinson Batman, the James Gunn movie is going to be called The Brave and the Bold.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that, yeah.
But it's launching with the full Bat family. Batman, Robin, Batgirl, everybody's there from the jump. We're not going to have to see the origin of Bruce Wayne, see Dick Grayson at the circus. It's like, no, people know that story. Let's just get into the action.
But it's like you said with Robert Pattinson's The Batman, that there wasn't really like an origin story, at least to what I remember. It was really like Batman's already there. Or at least he's been Batman for a year or so, and he's already like in the loop with Commissioner Gordon. So
No,
there's
I
been so
heard
many
it.
times,
I heard it was based off of Jeff Johns' Batman Earth One,
Oh, okay.
where it was kind of like supposed to be the first 2 or 3 years of Batman, where he's not this infallible detective. He makes mistakes. He slips and falls off a roof. It's
But isn't that also Batman Year One by Frank Miller kind of thing?
okay. Yeah. DC was trying to do these direct-to-graphic novel, original graphic novel, Earth One. They had Wonder Woman Earth One, which is written by Grant Morrison. Superman Earth One was J. Michael Straczynski, and then Batman Earth One was Jeff Johns, and there's a Teen Titans Earth One by Jeff Lemire.
Yeah, okay. I know that because I saw it at the Dollarama.
Yeah, that's where I got them.
You know what? Where's the books, man? Here's my conspiracy theory. This is a conspiracy theory I'm throwing out there. I think that DC found out in Canada that the books were going, right? Because it's mainly DC, right? How many Marvels did we see? I think DC
not
found
as
out
many.
that the books were ending up in discount stores, Dollarama, and DC was like, we're not having that anymore. Because now, if you noticed, I don't think you guys have that in Ontario in your Dollar Tree, but I think in the United States, there's DC books showing up in Dollar Tree.
I've only seen one Dollar Tree in my city, and it is junky. I think it's just they moved into an older location, but it does not invite me to want to go back. I'd rather stick to Dollarama.
But you can understand how that's a conspiracy on my end, right? Theory, like, they were frequently popping up, even if it was like, it's been a few months, they still came back. How long has it been now? Especially here on mine in Montreal, it's been, I think we're going on maybe a year, a little over a year since we've seen a graphic novel on mine.
I have a theory on that. Quebec does a lot of printing. There's a huge printing industry, right? I know.
See, we tied into conspiracy theories, guys. Sorry.
What's that? It's called like Quebecor or something.
Yeah, Quebecor. Yeah.
I'm thinking they had a warehouse full of books that they weren't moving, and they could be putting stuff that actually sells in that place. So they needed to get rid of it. So they liquidated it, and I guess Dollarama bought it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I believe it was probably the printers, because we know there's tons of them. I think they probably just had a lot of units that were sitting in their warehouse not moving, and they're like, this is 5 years old, like, or they've since reprinted it in a better version.
Yeah, exactly. I was flabbergasted when I went to Kingston back in 2022. I think it was a couple of months before you and I met. I found DC Crisis on Infinite Earth, one of them, printed like graphic novel, but printed from the 90s, and I was like, how the hell did this end up in Dollarama? So maybe you're right. Maybe it's like these factories, but the conspiracy on mine is really like, how come they're not there anymore? There's always going to be overstock of things, because we keep seeing overstock toys ending up in Dollarama, right? So how come there's no more graphic novels? Why is that not coming back?
Trying to find a picture here of something. Oh, wait. Here it is. No, how can I share the screen with you? Over here?
So just go to your present invite.
Yeah.
There you go. And then you can add it to stage once it appears in here in our drop down. Just click add to stage.
The hell is this? Okay, so you can... Damn it.
So just hover over. There you go. I think. Oh, you just deleted it now.
Share screen.
Just quickly, because I know we're a little crunched on time. New World Order. Do you believe in that?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not the way it's described, like the conventional thing.
Okay.
But I do believe that there's probably groups of elites that ultimately decide the way elections fall or whatever.
Okay. I mean,
Give me a sec. Actually, I just got to hit the can.
No problem. No problem. There he is. I was gonna say, I guess once you're NWO, you're NWO for life, right?
Oh God.
New world order. That's the only NWO I believe in. That's a funny reference that you guys are probably too young to understand.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, I added it to the stage for you.
So this is at the Dollar Tree in America, December 2024.
Okay.
I just saw some in Canada the other week, like a week ago at Dollarama.
Oh, okay.
They didn't have this display.
Okay.
Come on. So what they are is they're $2.25, I think, at Dollarama. They're first issues only, no ads.
Okay.
And it's really just to sort of like a little teaser, like, oh, if you're interested, there's ways to buy this.
I see what you mean. Oh,
You know, like, oh, you really liked Harley Quinn? You know, you can buy it in hardcover, softcover, in omnibus. There's digital.
That's like McFarlane back when he was releasing the original Spawn toys. Remember back in the day? He would pack in the comic books with them, and it was just little snippets, I think, of some of the issues. Be like, oh, you enjoyed this, but you can read the comic book. Okay, so you guys
can see here, you've
okay.
got, the first picture, Batman Eternal, Batman Adventures, based off the old animated show.
Yeah.
Batman Rebirth #1, Nightwing Rebirth #1, Nightwing #1 as part of the new ongoing Rebirth series, Harley Quinn Rebirth, Batman and Robin. What is it? Batman Joker War, Dawn of Green Arrow, Batman Scooby-Doo, Batman Brave and the Bold, Superman #1, and then Superman Rebirth #1.
Okay.
Yeah, so I picked up a couple of these. Oh, there's a whole list here.
There you go.
I've got Aquaman, I don't know. I got a bunch of these.
Okay. So
I only checked one out. Like I said, it's missing all the ads. It's just the first issue with suggestions on if you want more, how to obtain them.
Okay, I see what you mean. So maybe less of a conspiracy on mine, and then maybe it's just Quebec. Maybe our government is just being a bunch of dicks and be like, we don't want English comic books being sold in our chains. Okay, I see how it is.
Well, I've only seen these at one location.
Oh, okay. So it's not like everyone then.
No.
Okay. I do have another conspiracy theory I want to throw out there. Spoony Bard has not made a video in quite some time.
Yep.
I have a conspiracy theory of my own.
Oh,
that
let's hear it.
So many cool ideas that he doesn't want to share them with people. I think that's my big conspiracy theory right now on Spoony not making videos. He's got one too many cool ideas and one too many cool videos to go out there.
I mean, that's not entirely wrong. I obviously, there's life.
Yeah,
but I do have a couple ideas, and it's just I can't figure out which to film first or whether something should be for instance, let's say I order something off Amazon. Should I make a video where I unbox it, or should I just take it out use it, enjoy it, whatever, and then do a review. I think
And
that one makes
that's
more
fair.
sense.
That's fair. I like to think that
I know it's just I know people love unboxings.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do too. I'm not gonna lie. When you hear, oh, I want to see what they got, like when you, not too long, or maybe it was a while ago now, you got sent those figures, like the
Which
Aussie and was it Aussie and Alice Cooper or?
yeah, from Jay. Yeah, that was like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
I
fun.
remember. No, it was cool. I was like, oh, cool. I
But
want to
even
see
the
what he
package
got.
from you.
Yeah, but
Right?
it's like, yeah, I want to see what they got. I want to see what's inside. People love unboxings.
I know people want to see what
Yeah.
you got, right?
I might. Okay, so guys, Boomer sent me a care package.
Just you know I'm
And
messing around with you, right?
it's been really awesome, and I decided not to film the unboxing because I kind of wanted to keep that
Which
a little personal or special.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
But
like I said
this-
to you, it's your decision to make, right?
But the stuff inside, I'm probably gonna want to do a review of.
Okay.
He sent me. It's a DC Comics book called Blackhawks from. It was the New 52 reboot, and it got canceled after 8 issues, but they were pretty cool.
And you know the crazy thing is, like, I had doubles of each issue because at one point when I was recollecting, I was just grabbing stuff and I had doubles of each issue, and but literally it was one of those. Wasn't one of those things where like I just want to get rid of this. I was looking at the covers and I was like thinking about it, and I was like, I really did think you would like that, right? That's also why I sent you in there Talon. I don't think it's the full run, but I thought maybe you can enjoy that. Honestly, the real things that I really wanted you to get was the free comic book day of Superman this year, obviously. That beautiful Michael Turner Superman cover, which I know you wanted, and the DC Archive book of Starman. Like, I'm just really happy that those got to you, honestly. So, everything else was an added bonus, and I hope you get to enjoy that DVD that I sent in there as well. So.
Yeah. Well, like I said, for some of those I'm going to be doing reviews for. I decided not to.
Oh, that's like I said to you the other night. The only thing that I was dying to know, what blind figure you got. You showed me. I was like, okay, cool. That's awesome. That's all I want to know.
Yeah, I got this. They have these Batman black and white figures in those mystery bag items or whatever, and I got the Mike Allred designed one. I don't have a picture on hand, but
because even when I grabbed that at Toys R Us, my wife and I were like, I wonder which one he's gonna get. And Vanessa, like, she pointed out, she's like, ask him when he opens it. Ask him if he doesn't make a video. I was like, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Keep going off the rails. But speaking of those blind box things, which might be a conspiracy, because they tell you, oh, there's. How do we know the numbers or what they say? They say, oh, there's one mystery figure. Is there?
It's a money-making ploy, just like those Labubu things. But you know what? That can be considered a conspiracy. I strongly believe it's a money-making ploy. Most people are like,
it's gambling.
No, it's fun. Yeah,
it's gambling. It's like buying a scratch ticket. You pay money and you don't know what's underneath, but maybe it's something good. Maybe it's something you want.
I am not going to spend $15 on a blind box when I don't know what's inside. I will spend $2 on a blind box because I'm not losing money. But $15 compared to $2, come on, let's be honest here. Like you said, it's gambling, and it's like profiting.
I will say, just going back to the blind boxes for one last thing.
Yeah.
A lot of them, they'll put the figure in kind of like a cardboard sleeve and put it in the bag so you can't just feel and tell what it is instantly.
Yeah.
But I was at the dollar store and I saw they had some Stranger Things ones.
Okay.
And you can feel what's inside. So I know for a fact I got the Demogorgon. Like, I'll take a picture or maybe make a video. You can see the star-shaped head. Like, if you just pinch the bag, you can. Also, I can also tell which one is Hooper. Because feeling the bag, you can feel the giant sheriff hat.
I don't remember. Did I send you? I know I had an extra
Yeah.
Vega. Did I send you Vega? Okay, yeah. those ones there, when I picked them up, there were sometimes, like going back to Review Spot, sometimes you can see the serial numbers, you can do the feelsies test, but with these guys, the Street Fighter ones, man, all I could go on was light and heavy, and I'm like, so I don't know who the hell was in there, and I took a gamble. Thankfully, I only got one double, but I know you also like Street Fighter, so I was like, okay, I'll send that your way, because Vega, let's be honest, is a freaking cool character. But there's no way, these ones, that's what I liked, though. That was really like $1 each. I don't know who the hell I'm getting, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, sometimes it's really obvious what's in that bag, man.
Yeah, like you'll understand when you see the thing. It's very clearly the Demogorgon, because it's got the open head with the star shape. Like, if it's something else, I will.
Oh yeah.
Do something crazy. If I'm wrong about this, I will do something extreme.
I think the last time people really went crazy with the blind boxes, man, and if I'm not mistaken, before the Labubus, was Christmas 2023. That stupid ass Kerwin Frost.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I still have mine, even though he lost everything. I still got my little McNugget buddy over here, Brick. He lost everything, but
with the ice one, right? I've got that one.
Yeah, and
I had to super glue them on for my wife. She's like, I like this, but they keep falling, and I'm like, okay. So I just got some crazy glue and.
But you know what's hilarious though? Every time I see this, or every time Vanessa walks into my office and sees the little McNugget buddy, she references your video, but you didn't. She's like, "Oh shit, I got waifu." I was like, I don't know why she loves that quote so much.
Well, I forget the thing's name, but it's something like that, wafufu or
wifey or I don't know. You're talking about a guy, Kerwin Frost, who the hell knows what he does in life.
I don't know who that. I never heard of him before. I haven't heard of him since.
All right, I got about
couple
10
minutes
left because I really got to get going. We have time to talk briefly about one last thing.
Yeah.
Talk about UFOs. I figured I put that UFO on my shirt on the thumbnail. Might as well, right?
What's your position on UFOs?
Or sorry,
like just in general, do you believe that? Well, I mean, technically, by the definition, we don't know what they are. They could be Chinese spy planes, right?
Yeah. Here's my thing. Do I believe that there is life beyond our planet, beyond our solar system? Hell yes. I really find it impossible to fathom that we are the only, living species.
There has to at least be bacteria or something. To be completely devoid of anything anywhere else?
Do I think they look like the little alien greys that are typically depicted? Maybe not.
Yeah.
But do I believe in UAPs? No. Like you said, how do you not know that that's a Chinese spy drone? Or how do you not know that that's just, again, governments checking in
could be a U.S. spy plane, Canadian spy plane. We don't know.
My biggest thing that I cannot explain, though, is every time there's some kind of... First of all, I just want to put something out there. Although it makes for some great entertainment and great TV and great movies, I don't think that Roswell was a real thing. I think that little city, Roswell in New Mexico, I think they fabricated a whole thing because they knew it was the height of, like, alien... Mm-hmm. And I think they fabricated their whole little thing.
They just took advantage of it.
Exactly. That's what I think that is. But one thing I cannot explain, and it's going to sound a little weird, and I apologize, and I hope I don't get a knock on my door after I show you this, or after we talk a little bit about this. Just give me a second here. It's this right here. I always have a really hard time explaining this, because every time you see somebody talking about UFOs, or UAPs, or potential alien encounters.
Whatever, yeah.
This always pops up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't explain this. I can't explain it. This actually is a very good video, BuzzFeed Unsolved, about the real life Men in Black. I'm not trying to share videos here, but it's not something that I can really explain. You know what I mean? And sometimes I've seen it on Slapped Ham, where they are showing some of the Men in Black, and sometimes the feet are backwards. And I don't think these are extraterrestrials. I don't think that they are necessarily human beings. They kind of maybe are androids. And I kind of feel like it's maybe a government thing. This is something I can't explain.
Now, we kind of touched on predictive programming and stuff before. Do you feel like those Will Smith Men in Black movies, do you think they're predictive programming? Because I've heard a lot of people say that, and I fervently disagree.
No, I don't agree with that. And if you want to go back that far, you'd have to go back to the Malibu Comics Men in Black even.
That's exactly why. I knew you would probably get that. Yeah, those Men in Black movies, guys, I don't know if you realize, those are Marvel Comics films.
And that's something I didn't discover until I was like, I didn't discover, I was a kid when I discovered that, because I loved the Men in Black, the first movie. Mm-hmm. And I was one of those kids that I wanted to get comic books, and I saw an ad for it in one of my Wizard magazines, and I was like, wait, Men in Black is a comic book? So, yeah.
Well, I remember reading somewhere that it was based on the Malibu comic, and I'm like, wait, I know Marvel bought Malibu to access their color printing techniques.
Yep.
Which is a shame. DC bought Wildstorm to gain okay, obviously you want Jim Lee, but Wildstorm had cutting-edge coloring technology they were doing. Laser printing color technology at the time, cutting edge. DC wanted that, so they bought the whole thing.
Yeah.
Marvel bought Malibu and basically ignored the whole line and just took their printing technology.
Which is crazy.
I bet they're kicking themselves over the Men in Black thing now.
Probably. Can you imagine
because
how the Men in Black could have been inserted into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
That last Men in Black movie, International, did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's not good. It was one of those movies that was made to extend the license.
I see. Okay.
Because, so they license Men in Black from Marvel. And they say, okay, we'll give you 10 years, but if you go, let's say, 5 years without any kind of progress, we'll assume you've abandoned it and the rights will revert back to us. Now, Marvel is owned by Disney, so if those rights go back, they're there forever.
Fair enough.
So Sony has to, every couple years, put out something Men in Black related to extend the license.
For me, the best form of physical media when it comes to Men in Black was the original movie with Will Smith. Let's be honest.
It was classic.
I really liked Men in Black the series.
That and Godzilla.
Yes.
I don't know what was up with these shows. They were really good.
I know. My wife and I keep having these conversations. We had great shows up until like the mid 2000s. Now it's just like all this stupid schlock to like sit down for kids to like shut up and look at the screen.
Yeah. Or to it's a commercial for something else.
And again, that's a conspiracy in of itself.
We could probably spend a whole thing just talking about conspiracy in the media.
Look up that show Coco Melon. I have a whole world of conspiracies in my mind when it comes to that. I've heard kids being sat down in front of that show and going crazy and apeshit when taken away. So, anyways, I just want to touch on this Men in Black thing. I think this is a little weird because I gotta start wrapping it up actually. But I find the whole Men in Black thing is a little weird. Maybe next time we could touch a little more on this topic.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't like being abrupt like that, but we're going to have to cut it there, Spoony. I know normally, guys, you're used to us going over 2.5 hours sometimes. But we're going to come back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, this isn't the end.
No, exactly. Thank you so much, guys, for watching today. If you have any other ideas or any other conspiracy theories that you know of,
if there's something we didn't mention, feel free to drop a comment or whatever. Always interested in a good conspiracy, but also might be cool to examine some of these in a little more depth.
Exactly. That being said, consider subscribing to my channel. If you guys are watching, on my channel, consider subscribing. But please also go over and consider subscribing to Spoony's channel. Show him some love.
Yeah, I'm not at 1,000 yet. Help me.
Exactly. Let's spread some love over to Spoony, guys. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you in the next live stream. Apparently, I can't speak properly.
Yeah, they know what you meant.
Yeah, guys. Thanks so much.